What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. In this video, I just want to bust a suppressor myth that I frequently hear on internet message boards, and that's that you should have at least 5/8 by 24-inch threads if you're going to be using a suppressor with some kind of Magnum cartridge. So to bust this myth, I want to show you two rifles that I own that have 1/2-inch threads. One of them has 1/2-inch by 28 and the other one has 1/2-inch by 24. And these rifles are chambered in 300 Winchester Magnum. And I've been using a Silencer Co. Omega 300 with these rifles for quite some time. So let me just show you up close what I got going on here. So this is a custom Ruger M77. It's a Ruger M77 all-weather that I had Cerakoted, and I put an HS Precision stock on it, and I did some other upgrades to it, bead blasted the receiver, and here is a Ruger M77 Hawkeye Alaskan. I've done a full review on this rifle. I've had it for several years now. I've put hundreds of rounds through this Ruger right here, and I've probably put at least 200 rounds through it with the suppressor on. So the Ruger M77 Hawkeye Alaskan has 1/2-inch by 24 threads, and this Ruger has 1/2-inch by 28. The 1/2-inch by 28 is very common, but 1/2-inch by 24 is not. And thankfully, I got these adapters that go to 5/8 by 24. So basically, this allows me to thread on any 5/8 by 24 muzzle device. I have the Silencer Co. ASR muzzle brake on both of these. And on this one, I have the muzzle brake off right now just to show you guys what this adapter looks like. Okay, so this converts the threads from 1/2 by 28 to 5/8 by 24. And, you know, a lot of guys on message boards, they'll say that, oh, if you have a 1/2-inch thread on your muzzle, it's not thick enough to handle a Magnum cartridge, that somehow the steel is going to buckle or it's going to mess up your harmonics or something is going to happen. You want to have that really beefy barrel. Well, I can tell you guys, with this rifle here, I've gotten a 1-inch group at 1,000 yards. Okay, this is a factory rifle. I got a 1-inch group at 1,000 yards. And this is a factory barrel, 1/2-inch threads. Okay, I'm basically violating all the rules of all these so-called experts on message boards who say that you need to have a 5/8-inch thread. So you don't need a 5/8-inch thread if you're shooting Magnum cartridges. 1/2-inch is just fine. You just got to get yourself this adapter, okay? So don't listen to what a lot of people say on these message boards. They're not right. And so here I have my Silencer Co. Omega 300 threaded on there. No issues. My suppressor didn't fly off my rifle. I didn't have any accuracy problems. I didn't damage my muzzle or anything. Okay, so don't listen to all the BS out there. Okay, it's not rooted in truth. And it's just made up by keyboard commandos that don't actually spend time at the range. And, you know, a lot of suppressor manufacturers will tell you that, you know, you need to have a certain type of thread for a certain cartridge or certain caliber. And the reason why suppressor companies do that is purely for liability. Okay, they want to remove as much liability as they can, and one of the ways they do that is to advise you to get the largest contour barrel as possible, to have as thick of a barrel as you can. And again, that's just to remove any liability, but you know, you don't need to do that, guys. Don't add extra weight to your rifle by having a crazy thick contour. You don't need that, okay? A sporter barrel is just fine. 1/2-inch threads are just fine. Just get yourself an adapter. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to give you this quick tip from real world experience, which is something that a lot of people don't have. You know, there's a lot of people that hang out on the internet and they don't actually spend time on the range or whatever it is that they claim to be an expert in. I actually spend time on the range, or, you know, whatever I'm giving you advice in, I'm actually giving you that advice based on my experience and not by book knowledge because I read something. So based on my experience shooting probably 200 rounds with 1/2-inch threads with a 300 Win Mag and an adapter, I have had no issues. Another thing too is a lot of guys will fearmonger you and say, oh yeah, don't use an adapter because it could cause problems. You know, your alignment could be messed up and you could have a baffle strike. It's called getting yourself an alignment gauge, okay? It's literally just a steel rod that you slide down the bore and it tells you if your suppressor is aligned with the bore or not, okay? Those gauges cost like $50, okay? So don't listen to the fearmongers, and you know, don't listen to the companies, because the companies, at the end of the day, they're in the business of making money. They're not in the business to help you, okay? They want to sell stuff, and if they can sell you a thicker barrel, if that makes them more money or whatever it is, they're going to do it. Or if they want to remove liability, they're going to do it, okay? So that's pretty much it, guys. Wanted to just bust this myth. Take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.